How you doing, people? Robert here, AKA Robess, Anti-Corruption Scotland. I want to talk about property. What is property? How do you define property? Now, people, most people are aware, it's woke up. We're men, women, living, breathing flesh and blood. It's a fact. We feel pain. We see, we hear, we touch. That tells you you're alive and well. Now, property. People don't really like the word property, but it's a fact, whether they like it or not, right? So what is property, people? Now, I keep talking about common law. Common law is a law, and I verify that. Private capacity under any charge of perjury in any court jurisdiction in the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland or Wales, Court of Session or Supreme Court or beyond. So that's a fact. Now, property, what is property, people? Property is exclusive to yourself, the man or woman, son or daughter. Now, property is your blood, your skin, your eyes, your eyeballs, your hair, your ears, your nose, your lips, your feces, your urine, your sperm, your toes, your legs, your knees, your bones and tissues is your property, right? Because it's exclusive to yourself, because it's attached to the man or woman, right? So let's be clear. Now, people say, relating to cars and homes, you don't own them, right? Well, if the possession is 9/10 of the law, if it's in your possession, it's yours, right? And how they get away with stealing your property is because they use fictitious names, fictitious offices to screw the people. Mickey Mouse legislation, rules, regulations and policies created by a legal system, legal society. That means jack shit if you know what you're doing and how to challenge it. Now, relating, I was at a protest on Saturday, ULEZ, right? ULEZ is that protest, as far as I'm concerned, was a load of nonsense, right? They talk about things, about ULEZ and science and this and that, right? But they don't address the issues, how to attack it. Now, believe it or not, people, the people own the roads, the lands, because it's the people that pay to maintain them, right? Councils, local authorities, etc., Police Scotland included, don't own nothing, because Police Scotland, as I keep telling you, local authority and council, MSPs, MPs are fictitious names and titles used to escape liability to screw the people. But the lands of Scotland is the people's, right? It's all people's, right? They can't make a claim. There's no man or woman representing a corporation or common claim that is property, right? They cannot do it because they're claiming something that they cannot claim because they're using fictitious names and fictitious offices. Your home, right? People say you don't own your home. Well, I've got my home and I'm making a superior claim that I own that home. This is my property. It's registered in the legal system, legal society, because we've been deceived and told lies. And this is where people have to waken up. Your home is your castle, as they call it in England. And that's a fact. For some man or woman to take your home, right, is either a fictitious debt that you've screwed up or you've not paid. You've signed false documents to agree to something that you don't owe, because it's all fraud. The banks are all fraud as well, people. Like the bank account, for example, it's the bank's account, right? You're the account holder, right? But that doesn't matter, that has no relevance. Anything like the fictitious money or whatever in the bank is your property, right? And you get sheriff officers and debt collectors going in there stealing that property because the banks are complicit in the fraud with the entities known as councils and local authority. But the stuff, the money, the finances that goes in that account is your property, right? Because it belongs to you. The bank didn't put it there, the man or woman did. And this is where the people have to understand the property, the definition of property. Your son or daughter, right? That's another thing people don't like, is your property, right? And I'll verify that under a charge of perjury, as I always say, in any court jurisdiction in the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales, right? And the reason being is, when a woman has a son or daughter, they give it life and breath, right? They give it the life, right? It comes out of her body, the woman's body, right? And for any man or woman in a legal system, legal society to make a claim that they're taking that is unlawful, right? Because it's your creation. And as I keep saying in videos, that people talk about God, I'm no convinced with that word, right? But I believe, well, I don't believe, I understand, it's my understanding there is a creator that created all this before the men and the women or whatever put the buildings, the pavements, the curbs, the tar on the roads, fitted the lights, the cables, right? There's a creator, right? So the point being here, your son and daughter is your property because the woman is the creator, right? And that's a fact. Whether you like the word property or not, it's your property, right? And when people say that they've passed a bill against the mother and father, that they've not got rights, the son and daughters have got sexual rights and all the rest of it, right? No man or woman can do that, people, because they're overstepping the mark, they're overstepping their authority, because everything in this legal system, legal societies are based on a presumption or an assumption, right? Everything is based on corruption at the highest level. And that's why people are getting screwed every day of their lives by this system, because they don't know who and what they are. They don't know they have rights. Now, that's another thing, it's your property, your rights. Human rights are created by a legal system, legal society. And they decide when you go to court, if you, the man or woman, that goes in there as a person, because when you go in there, they don't recognise you, people. They treat you as a person, something is dead, and that's a fact of every part of this system, it doesn't matter what part. Now, your rights, you have inalienable and inherent rights under common law, right? And I challenge them to rebut that, right? Man or woman has rights even without common law. You have rights, and these rights are your property, exclusive to the man or woman, right? And this is the bit people have to get. You're man or woman, nothing more, nothing less, right? Stop using the word kid, children, or child. That's legal terminology. It keeps you in their system. And when you use that kind of terminology in their system, that's when you lose your son or daughters. Remember, people, they're using a foreign language against all people, and people don't comprehend and understand. I do, because I've been doing this a long time, over 12 years, and it's a hard battle I've had, right? And I try to educate the people for free, for the best of my ability and best of knowledge, and first-hand knowledge. So, people, please stand up, know who and what you are, and know everything is exclusive to yourself. It's like when you go into a hospital, right, and you've got to get an operation. What's the first thing they tell you have to do? You have to fill in a form to consent. Why is that? Because your body is your property and they can't touch it without your consent. The only other way is if there's an emergency, you, God forbid you're in a car crash, you're comatised, you don't respond, you can't be talked to, you can't be reasoned with. What's the next thing they do? They go for immediate family to sign a consent form, right? Because it's your property. I hope you understand what I'm saying, people. I'm trying to educate you and give you knowledge that you maybe no comprehend and understand. And that's a fact. It's like sticking a needle on your arm. They need your consent, people. If you remove consent, they can't touch it, because your rights is exclusive to yourself, the man or woman. And that's a fact. Please pay attention to what myself and Anti-Corruption Scotland are trying to educate you, people. We're 100%, we're right on the ball, and we are the real deal, right? We hate this system. Every part of this system, and every man or woman that's in this system doing what they're doing to the people, especially the elderly, the homeless, the children, or property, sons and daughters. Then I made a mistake there by using the word children. It's just, that's the way we've been indoctrinated. We have to get unindoctrinated, people. Realise who and what you are. Stand up for your rights, because you have rights, right? And that's a fact. And we can make change by taking the rights back, taking the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales back. These are all criminals, cartels, gangster cartels, robbing the people for their sons and daughters, their homes, their money and their houses and everything else, and it has to stop, and the time is now, people. Please pay attention to what you're told, people. It's important that you listen, and hopefully you'll enjoy this information and you'll understand that property is your property, nobody else's property, especially your body. It's exclusive to yourself and nobody else. Remember that. Please pay attention, people. Please, 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 please wake up and realise who and what you are. You are not a person, a thing, a corporation created by the legal system. Thank you, people. Take care and be safe, and share the video, please. Thank you. Bye-bye.